This conversation was sponsored by Komodo, a zero-knowledge, peer-to-peer atomic swap exchange. Learn more at komodoplatform.com. How's it going, everybody? This is Juansgalt with Juansgalt Crypto Media, and I'm joined by Virgilio Lizardo. He's in the mining industry in China, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on over there, because it's pretty hard to see what's happening in the ground in China and nation in mining from the West. You know, you really have to go into some research. So it's an excellent resource. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us what you're up to over there.
Well, Juan, thanks for having me here. I've really been a fan of your work for a while, so good to finally meet you here. So my name is Virgilio Lizardo Jr. I'm Vice President of International Affairs for Bitbank Group. Bitbank Group is a group of companies based in China, Bitcoin companies based in China. We used to have the fourth largest exchange in China, chbtc.com. And we are the second largest manufacturer of crypto mining machines in China, which is bw.com.
Excellent, thank you. Could you tell us a little bit about the mining industry in Bitcoin in general, and perhaps in China? Who are the biggest players, and what is maybe the biggest coins that you guys are mining into, or what kind of scripts are you dealing with? Are you doing GPU as well, or just SHA-256? Are you doing X11? I know there's a variety of algorithms.
So the mining industry pretty much is Bitmain. They're in a very dominant position. We're the second largest manufacturer, so we're their biggest competitor. Everybody else is way behind us. So it's like Bitmain's way up there, then there's us, and then there's everyone else behind us. In terms of what guys are mining there, so Bitcoin and Litecoin have always been kind of like the central coins that people mine. Litecoin's always been very popular in China. The exchanges listed them almost from the beginning. The miner manufacturers produced the Litecoin miners almost immediately after the Bitcoin miners. So those are the two pillars. In terms of altcoins, Ethereum Classic, any GPU mining algorithms, yeah.
Why do you think there's a lot of speculation as to why Bitmain is so big? What is your sort of insights? Why do you think that they've grown so big, and do you see that changing in the future?
So, as their biggest competitor, I have a lot of respect for them. They have a global outlook, they have a professional team, and they have a good product. So I think that's why they're in a dominant position. They started early. The mining industry is a very difficult industry. The design process to make a miner takes around 6 to 9 months, maybe longer if there's delays and stuff. So I think they were at the right place at the right time. We're behind them, but we're close. We're getting closer, and there's a lot of factors that go into the production of a miner. Design, chip design, which you have to coordinate with Taiwan, because Taiwan is where the foundries are at, or Korea with Samsung, and there's very limited chip designers. So that's actually the part that takes the longest, is the chip design. The actual making of the miners can be done within 2 or 3 weeks. So those are the main factors of why there's not a lot of competition.
So there's a lot of speculation lately about a couple of new players in the mining industry. One of them is called Dragoncoin, and there's a lot of sort of crypto politics in the whole situation. Could you tell us a little bit about what you see from them? And let's talk about that.
So I haven't seen much. So if I was them, with our product, with our Litecoin miner right now, we send our miners to independent reviewers. Independent reviewers review them, make videos about them, whatever, and everybody can judge for themselves. So they've had an announcement, and it was very big, and we'll see what develops. We'll see 2 weeks from now or 1 month from now what's going to happen. Like I said, making miners is a very difficult and long process. So I'm kind of wait-and-see attitude with what they're going to produce.
Excellent, thank you. Now, there's also a lot of talk about the next generation of mining hardware. I believe it's 10 millimeters or 9 nanometers. Can you talk a little bit about what maybe the challenges with that, and is that going to become a reality, or are we going to be hitting the cap as to how much mining efficiency we can achieve?
So right now the smallest chips out there are 14 nanometer, which we produced last year. So chip design, like I said earlier, is a very long and difficult process. I heard the news from a Japanese super mega corporation that's going to make a 7 nanometer in the future. Again, and I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it. There's a lot of bold claims being out there. the Japanese, they do have a lot of funds, and there's very big corporations getting into it. So I kind of have a wait and see attitude. When it comes to below 14 and 12 and 10, from my experience, we didn't think that, we thought 10 would be the limit. So to see somebody come out with an announcement for 7 was very surprising. So we'll see. That announcement was made like a month and a half ago, and there hasn't been anything since. So wait and see.
Right. All right. Is there anything else you want to mention about the space? Anything that's particularly interesting that you think people should kind of keep an eye out or so maybe investigate further, anything like that?
In terms of mining or Bitcoin in general, cryptocurrency in general? Put me on the spot with that one. Okay, so I'll just say this. When it comes to mining, mining has a very special aura for people that are coming into cryptocurrency for the first time. And what I would suggest to people is to really investigate and look into the companies, look into their claims, see what they've done in the past. If they haven't done anything in the past, wait for a functioning product to be reviewed by independent reviewers. And, it's just do your due diligence. Do your due diligence, especially with mining.
Russia also made an announcement. There's some sort of Russian companies, and there's an ad that's playing all over YouTube about this Russian mining company. Do you know anything about that, or what?
So we have seen a lot of development come from Russia. There is a lot of electricity. This is the main thing that you need for mining, electricity in Siberia. Ever since Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, met with Vladimir Putin, seems that Russia's more positive on cryptocurrencies. I heard the news about a town in Russia or something that wants to go full-on crypto mining. So we have seen a lot of positive developments. We're looking into it as well. For mining, the outlook looks relatively positive in the medium term for Russia.
Excellent. Okay, so we're here at Bitcoin in Bogota. This is the 2017. It's the 4th conference they've done. What's your experience so far, and what are you looking forward to for the conference?
So, it's a great time to put on a Bitcoin conference. So, it's a very, this is my second trip to Colombia.
This is the $10,000 prize, by the way, for people that see it in the future. 11, 40, 100, yeah.
So, I came here last year to Colombia, and, there was a lot of initial interest in cryptocurrencies and all of that. And because Colombia is next to Venezuela, which is a mining kind of powerhouse, people here in Colombia are, very interested in mining and all of that. I've seen, unfortunately, the regulatory situation in Colombia is a bit complicated, but I've seen some exchanges that are also working to set up here. For Latin America in general, it's looking very strong. Argentina for development. Panama is looking very well, as they have a Bitcoin center in Panama as well. So I think Latin America is, moving fast towards cryptocurrencies. In terms of a leader, in terms of what country's a leader, unfortunately, Latin America, we're kind of a little bit slower to get the technology. So I don't see a leader at a nation state level like Japan or anything like that for Latin America. But we are growing. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of great projects coming out of here, a lot of good companies. So in general, there's a very strong push. And this conference here was sold out, almost immediately. There's people still trying to get in from the outside. So Latin America for mining, very strong in this region, Venezuela, Colombia, development, Argentina, finance hub, maybe Panama in the future. So I think there's a lot of forward momentum for Latin America.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. If you like it, definitely like it. And if you do indeed quite like it, share it. Or even if you don't totally like it, but you want to support me, share it. That works too. Maybe somebody else would like it. If you think it's complete garbage and I should just go die, please let me know in the comments below in detail why you think it's complete garbage. That would be wonderful. I will not die, but I will certainly take your feedback. What else? Thanks for special thanks to LaBitConf. Obviously, they killed it. I think they did an excellent job. You have people like Nick Szabo, Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto, Trace Mayer, Michael Perklin, Elena from treasure, Satoshka, as they say. And it was great. It was a lot of people. It was very cool, and a lot of very cool people. And it was just a great party. So La Bitcoin is awesome. Check it out. Next year, it's gonna be in Chile, which should be really interesting. There's a lot of cool things going on in Chile, I hear. Also, special thanks to Komodo platform. They're trying to build an atomic swap exchange. It's basically, what that means is it's a client-side exchange that does not have any custodial side in the background. It's not a decentralized exchange like Ethereum's or XRP's or BitShares, which is like built inside of the blockchain and it only works with things inside of the blockchain. That's like a silo exchange. That's an internal decentralized exchange. This is a cross-blockchain exchange, so you can sort of trade Litecoin for Bitcoin, for Dash, for Ethereum in a decentralized way using this sort of atomic swap technology. Look it up if you haven't heard of it. It's fantastic, very, very interesting. And yeah, so that's exciting. We desperately needed. These exchanges are getting more and more centralized, more and more big, and holding a bunch of money, and they're getting regulated and KYC'd and controlled by the same regulations that brought us the modern financial system. Congratulations. So yeah, the centralized exchanges are interesting, and check them out. Komodoplatform.com. They need support. Their interface is constantly getting better. They've been working on this for a long time, so they're worth some love. I think they're one of the horses in the race. All right. Oh yeah, and check out the links over here. They're cool. Just click them. I mean, if you like this, you're gonna like those. If you hated it, you're gonna hate those too. And if you like hitting things, you're gonna really like hitting those. But if you like liking things, or you're interested in content I make, those are definitely interesting. So check them out. There's also a chance that I'm pointing the wrong way. So if that's the case, just point that way. You know what I mean. You'll find them. They're somewhere in this general vicinity. All right. It's probably long enough. Isn't it pretty? It's pretty, right? I think it's pretty. Yeah. So I'll let you enjoy that, and I'm gonna go have some more coffee, I think.